Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I hope you guys are all enjoying your day. It's a good day for me, man. Got some cool presents, gave some cool presents. I like it a lot. So I just saw this tweet from Saylor, but before we get into any of that, we are giving away $100 worth of crypto if this video hits 1,500 likes within 24 hours. So make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below to enter. Alright, having said that, Saylor said cash is a refuge from risk, but there's a price to pay. Would you sacrifice 98% of your opportunity to avoid the uncertainty of tomorrow? Volatility is vitality. Bitcoin is hope. And then he has a little table here which definitely sparked my interest, and I'll talk about it, but I want to tell you guys two things. One of which is, if you ever thought about investing in crypto, why is that? Comment it down below. All right, comment it down below right now. It's very important. It's going to be pivotal for just now. So if you have no time to comment, then still do it anyway. No. All right, but the reason I'm asking you guys that is because in a certain degree, I think most of us invest in crypto for the gains either or for the technology. But if you're for the technology, then I mean, why? Like, why would you only go for technology if there's nothing to gain? Then what's your purpose then for purchasing Bitcoin? Maybe because you like the tech, but if you like the tech, you're not going to just buy something which is going to go down in value anyway, right? You're not going to just buy that because it will just depreciate forever since it's still an investment. So you would most likely then buy a little to just maybe spend for fun if it goes down, but you most likely not invest a lot. You're most likely here with the idea that it's going to make you more money anyway in the future. It's still kind of speculative in that essence. If I'm mistaken, just comment down below, but I think so. I think most people, let's say 90%, 95%. So with that idea in mind, what should you do when you've held, for example, from 2010 on forward? Should you sell your crypto if you're, for example, in 10 million% profit? Should you? Because even though you have, for example, $1 billion in crypto, should you sell? And that's that difficult one, right? I'm going to say you should sell piece by piece, but another guy will say, well, you're in crypto for the gains, you're in it for money. You have $1 billion, it will never get finished, cash it out and live your life perfectly. On the contrary, a lot of people are in the investment to make money in the sense that they are against the US dollar falling down and more money being printed. So you want to kind of have a safe haven as an inflation hedge against the dollar, which still in the end is a good option, but that would make it different though, because that would mean you'd have to stay in crypto kind of forever, because it's going to be the new standard, for example. And that would actually limit your options to kind of cash out back to crypto, and you would to fiat, and you'd always have to kind of remain in this crypto space. But then comes the question, how are you really going to spend money efficiently in such a volatile market? And he has put some numbers here. Return versus Bitcoin for the US dollar, 12 months minus 71%, 1 month minus 24, 3 months minus 57, 5 years minus 98%. So the way he did it right here, no idea why you'd put it that way, but why would you go 12, 1, 3, 5 years? Like, what's the purpose? But this down below here is a little bit more interesting. Over the last 12 months, I think that's why he put it like this. Then 12 months is for all of this, and this is just 1, 3, 5, like that. Over the 12 months, USD had a return of 0%, an expected return and a realized return, I believe, because it's, I think, the last 12 months then. A volatility of 0% as well, because, I mean, there's no deviation in the dollar, in the real US dollar, there isn't really. And the Sharpe ratio, which is the expectation, basically, over the volatility. So it's basically the first one divided by the second one here. For Bitcoin, the return has been about 240%, the volatility has been about 71%, and the Sharpe ratio, which is, again, this one divided by this one here, being 3.35%. So the Sharpe ratio officially is the expected, what is officially, I had this, what is it now? Expected return of your asset minus the risk-free return. So that is this one, I guess, because this is risk-free. It's just a normal rate. Normally, you're going to use the interest rate, though, but that's almost 0% anyway. It's like 0.02 here in the Netherlands, I believe it is, or something like that. We can kind of consider it to be zero, in my opinion, divided by the standard deviation of the asset here. Yeah, I believe that one was it. Or it's asset minus. No, it's of the asset, I believe it was. Yeah, man, it's been a little while since I ever had to use the Sharpe ratio for anything. So that is actually kind of funny. But I remember it, though. I remember it. And it actually makes a good point, I believe, that in this case here, your Sharp ratio is way better, of course, for Bitcoin since it's higher than that of the dollar. And the basic point here is that the dollar just does not win that many things. But Jose or Jose, whatever, and a lot of other guys are asking a good question. What if Bitcoin crashes? Since, Bitcoin can still fall down. And the thing also with Bitcoin and crypto in general is if you don't sell out, you don't cash out, you don't really make profit. You're just here for a longer term. But over the short term, it doesn't really matter what you do because you're not making real profit anymore. You don't have to check your portfolio. You don't have to do anything. By the way, guys, I am talking about this coin GSX quite often because I bought into it personally and I'm quite excited about it. But as you can see here, the bonus that you get keeps decreasing every couple of days. Again, I personally invested some of my money into it. I'm going to keep saying it. It's a first of its kind growth coin, which is backed by gold. If you have any questions about it, join the Discord and ask me, or just, ask the peeps in there, because we've all been discovering it, but to me, it sounds pretty damn good, all right? If they really can deliver what they promise here, it's actually going to be most likely quite amazing. Again, there's always a risk involved, of course, but you assess it for yourself. I'm personally taking this bet, taking this risk, since a gold-backed crypto coin, yeah, that sounds pretty damn juicy to me. Again, if you use my link, you get a 5% bonus, and there's another 25% bonus right now for being early. You cannot buy it on exchanges just quite yet. They have some set to trades right here, but that is again to kind of be disregarded as that is not necessarily the truth. But again, I think it's going to be pretty damn cool, so I'm purchasing into it. And you can see the roadmap as to what they have and what they're planning to achieve in the future. Again, you don't have to take these minimums as a real thing because it's like GSX asset value of $1 per coin. It isn't that it has to go there. It's just based on the amount of backing that they have. That's what the price should be since it's a stable coin, sort of, right? It's kind of difficult to explain, really. But once you start to look a little bit further and you pause it for a second, you most likely understand. And it's pretty damn cool. So that's why I'm purchasing it. BTC to hit 100,000 to 200,000 in 2021, but a pullback could come before going into the next year. I've just been thinking about what you guys have been saying as well. And I've also noticed that a lot of people said, man, 2021 is going to be the year when we hit 100,000 for Bitcoin. I'm like, what if we really do? If we follow what I've just said about Michael Saylor here, then it doesn't really matter what we hit unless you cash out, right? Or what? Am I dumb? Maybe the only thing that's happy is that, okay, if we hit these prices, then it's going to be difficult for others to get in. So the price will only keep going up because if they go in, they have to commit. But I kind of don't feel it that way. I'm like, well, if we go to 100,000, you don't cash out, it will fall back down. You kind of achieve nothing, right? Unless you get interest and you get your interest paid in crypto. Yeah, then you're still pretty damn good. So I'm looking for some cool opportunities there as well. Please don't comment it down below though, because I know I have some places. I use BitTrue, link down below. I use crypto.com very sometimes, a link down below as well. And I've been looking at some other cool options here to use. To a certain degree, I just feel like I shouldn't because I want to keep all my money in my own ledgers. I don't want to keep it on exchanges, which is why I only use it for a little bit. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe using more eventually as well. I'm not too sure just quite yet, but I'm thinking about everything. BTC to hit 100,000 to 200,000 in 2021, but a pullback could come before going into next year. Oh, we just read that one. Here was this one. Fraud alert. Has Bitcoin surpassed Visa's market cap? Not yet. Well, they actually passed it for a little second, right? A lot of guys were quoting on that one. Market cap for Visa is $487.8 billion. And if we look at Bitcoin right now, is at $478.7 billion. So it's not there just quite yet, but I believe on the all-time high and on some exchanges it actually did beat it, but I'm not too sure. Maybe it has to go a little bit more up. I just am not sure what exchanges had what high, but I think it's pretty cool for Bitcoin to actually be bigger than that. Again, it's kind of cool, right? To think Bitcoin, that currency is beating Visa. I don't know. I like to think about that. Whew, look at these valuations, by the way, man. It's a lot of freaking money. That's a lot of freaking money in all these companies, man. If only they put 1% of their money into, not of this money, but of their just total reserves, for example, into crypto. What if only? Ooh, we get such huge influxes. It would be crazy, guys. I'm sometimes still thinking about that. Bitstamp halts XRP trading for US customers. Many were worried actually in my previous video about the situation, but let me quickly readdress that it's actually not a big deal because I personally think the long term is still set for XRP. Everything is still looking quite good. I think almost all holders are still quite excited about it. And even though the videos are getting more and more dislikes as people are not happy with XRP, man, I'm just holding on through, nothing to worry about. I'm pretty damn excited for it. And I'm just buying more every time we go lower. Buying more every single day. And I'm going to keep continuing that on until the end of days. All right, as I said before, talking about Michael Saylor here, That's my only thing I can do. All right, I can only get more crypto. What else can I do here? I can sell out, but what if I sell out? What if I cash out? What if I achieve then? I'm not going to create that much generational wealth because I don't have the crypto anymore then. And that's the biggest investment thing I could think about. Because if I get that money, the reason I want that money is to invest more, right? To get more, which is why I would buy crypto. So what's my purpose then for cashing it out? What am I going to achieve? What am I going to do then? Yeah, and after kind of thinking about that for like a day straight, especially while I was talking about it over Christmas just now, I've been asking a ton of people what they think, and I've been giving everybody at the table a couple of XRPs. Just depends a little bit. If they're older, I give them 100 XRP. If they're young, I'll give them 25. Just again, because I don't have all the unlimited amounts of money. But since it's family, it's not that big of a deal, right? You can just do it for fun. And again, some of you guys have been wondering, can you pay everybody in XRP? Well, it just kind of depends on what your bigger strategy is, right? It just depends on how you want to send it to them, what they have. Because if they have an exchange account, it's very simple. An exchange you can make in any country in the world. You don't have to, you're not limited by borders. You can also just send it around the world kind of for free almost, so it's not a big issue either. The bigger picture, though, comes with it don't have an exchange account and don't have a hardware wallet. You're going to either have to make one for them or create a paper wallet and give it to them, which I personally kind of don't like to do because I think that's very difficult for them to understand how to get that set up. But most people I know actually have an exchange account, or they either are just really willing to make an Exodus account really quickly or actually have a ledger. You wouldn't believe it, but I actually talked about this, I believe, 3 years ago when I gifted almost anybody that I know a ledger because I thought it would be a good idea to go for something like that because they would need it at one point in the future. I don't think many of them bought crypto themselves because there was still some people who didn't know you could actually buy shares, kind of fractions of a Bitcoin, I should say. But I don't know, it's getting to them piece by piece, and I'm hoping eventually they'll get into it as well. Not to invest all their money, because I don't really care if they do that, but just to kind of involve themselves with this newer tech that we're involving ourselves with. Talking more a little bit about XRP, man, I really, really do firmly believe that the core is always going to remain. The bigger whales won't really sell, except for the guys who are trying to manipulate the market, which are not really whales who are centered in XRP. They're actually centered in the US dollars. They're just trying to push XRP down by purchasing it in kind of strange ways, but mostly just pushing it down in heavy sales, right? Trying to liquidate all those longs. And those guys, they don't really care for XRP. They're not really long-term holders except for these shorter intervals where they're either trying to push the price down or upwards, depending. Or when they're just doing that in a longer-term move where they're trying to push the price up. So, for example, they buy right now, and they're going to keep trying to push it upwards for a longer period of time. Because a lot of these moves are by huge individuals, not just you and I. A lot of this also is not real retail investment hype. It's mostly institutional. Then, digital asset investor just shared on Twitter, pay attention, New York Attorney General expects document within weeks in Bitfinex Tether case. This is from a little while ago, I actually believe. But the bigger picture here that I personally fetch from this is there's so many lawsuits here that people are kind of wary of or watching out for. But generally, most of them actually get a positive outcome, and most of them are actually not that bad of a deal or a sad thing. They're just really good chances to get yourself some cheap coins or some good amount of money in a very short amount of time. Then I just saw this one, top 10 tweets of the year. I find the best tweet, not a specific thing, but just everybody here talking about crypto, and generally the crypto volume just keeping on going on up. As we've seen the volume continue, John Rice said, institutions are coming for a couple of years. 2020, the institutions are here. In 2021, the institutions bought all the Bitcoin. As right now, they're buying so much crypto, it is almost impossible to think that they're not there anymore or to think that they would leave because of the amount of money that they're putting into it. And look at how much Bitcoin has already gone up over the last day or so, guys. It's pretty crazy here. However much is happening, it's just so strange to me. And then Bitcoin buys on Christmas have been historically bullish. Literally, guys, if you take a good look, just on the Christmas days, people are just generally happy. And I'm quite convinced it's not because of it's not because they keep on telling each other about crypto, but it's just about the idea that, well, the end of the year is here. People want to spend more on advertisement. For example, Grayscale is coming on in, and a lot of investment companies and companies are just trying to look for something crazier for the next year. And they go for something like this. A lot of them want to make some nice reports for the end of the year, want to make some nice reports for Q4, want to get some extra returns in Q4, generally all that. Everything's just looking good at the end of the year every time for Bitcoin. I don't know, it's just something that's kind of interesting, right? 2017, our big bull run was also at the end of the year. I don't know why. There's quite a couple of reasons kind of that you can think of, but which one it really is, I do not know. Some have said it's for tax purposes, could also be, but I do not know for sure, guys. That was it for today, though. Hopefully, you guys all enjoyed it. Check out GSX, check out Webull. I'm going to quickly pull that up. I kind of forgot once more. Webull, check it out. Link is down below. If you're from the US, you can get 4 stocks for free. So check it out, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.